everybody, welcome back to Out of the Barn Crochet Creations. I'm Molly, and today I'm crocheting Christmas stuff for my family because I'm running out of time. Uh, Today is December 20th, and I'm running out of time. Um, so this is baby's first Christmas, so baby doesn't have a stocking, and I want to crochet him a stocking. But I've been fighting motivation and actual time to do it, plus colors. I don't know. I ended up going with this gray toned color and then this blue tones. It kind of looks like jeans. It's mandala ombre. This one is. This is a mandala something or other too. Um, and I'm still debating whether I'm doing alternate like stripes or if I'm just doing one color, like the main color being the blue, and then this being like just the feet and stuff. Undecided. I guess I'll figure it out when I get there. The other option I had was this red heart. You can't see the shine very well at all, but it's sparkly red heart metallic and white and red heart metallic in, is this red heart metallic? No, this is just mainstays version sparkle. These two together, which would be pretty. So I also need to make myself another stocking because I don't know what happened to my last one. And yeah, so I also have a tutorial I want to work on, or a kit, I guess, a kit for my kiddo. There's Lewis coming back to torture my yarn. Go on. Go on. Anyway, I have brain fart. That's what I have. I have a kit for my kiddo for a Stitch toy that I want to make because apparently I did not learn from the first time. But here we are. We're going to try. It's not Woobles, but it is a kit. So we're going to try it. It's Christmas themed. It'll be cute. Hopefully I'll get it done. So with that being said, I've already started on the stocking and I will show you when I get a little bit farther along. Okay, so I've been working on this stocking and here we are. We've got the toe and the heel done and we're about to go back into the main color. And I think it's coming out really cute. It's going to be a little bit small. I did double strand this yarn because it is a very thin yarn. I think it's a weight 4, maybe a 3. It is a it's 344 yards and it is, I'm not seeing the weight currently. They say to use a 4.7, no, a 5.5 millimeter hook. It's a 4 weight medium. Okay, so that makes sense. It is a little bit on the light side. So double stranding it does give this nice little ombre look. It is called ombre, but both yarns are doing work here. I really like it. I think I could have done stripes. I thought about doing stripes. Decided against it. We'll see how this turns out and we'll go from there. I'm kind of in a stocking making mood, even though I don't have time to keep making like mass amounts of stockings, nor do I have the people that need stockings. So I'm gonna make this stocking. I'm gonna potentially make myself a stocking or see what else I can do, and then I'm going to keep going because I have a few more things I needed to get done before Christmas is here, and I'm excited to have you join me on the journey. Okay, so I have gotten this far so far. I am definitely working on the top part of it. It is working up pretty fast actually. I've been working on it all day, but that's because, you know, baby and life and stuff. So here we are. It's a little wobbly. I think it's the the seam right here. It makes it kind of wonky. Um, there's not much I can do about it. I guess I could probably try to steam it or block it, but that's kind of not gonna happen. So here we are. I have a few more rows. I think maybe 8 or 6 or something. I gotta count them and see how many more rows I have, and then I will be able to do the ribbing on top, and the stocking will be done for the baby, which is exciting. I do think okay, I'm undecided if I'm gonna make myself a stocking or not. My stocking is around this house somewhere, but I kind of want to have a stocking, so I could make it, or I could do something else that I need to do before Christmas because, you know, time is running out. So I will let you know at the end of the video whether I'm going to make a stocking or not for myself, or maybe you'll see it in the video. But for now, here's where we're at. I'm going to keep working on it. Okay, so I have one more thing to do before Christmas. I don't think I'm going to make a stocking for myself. I think I'm out of time. I did finish my baby stocking. I have to sew in the ends. I just haven't had time to sit down and crochet. I love how it turned out. I used an extra thick ribbing, and so it'll fold over, and I think it looks adorable. It is a little wonky in the heel, but I think that's just because I did the slip stitch on the other side, and it could use like a blocking, but I'm not going to do that. So I think for a first time doing a stocking, it worked pretty well. So I finished the stocking, and now I'm going to attempt to do this kit. I had the Halloween kit and I never got it finished. I don't know where I ended up putting it. I think it's in a doom pile behind me, which I'm working on fixing the doom pile as well, but not today. Today is basically my last chance to try to finish this Christmas kit that I got from Five Below, and one of my daughters loves Stitch. So I figured I could make this Christmas stitch for her. I could probably make a Christmas stitch without this kit, but I also wanted to kind of review a kit from Five Below to see if it was any good or not. So we're going to look at what we have, and I'm going to show you. So here's our stuffing. We have some yarn, some red yarn. I like it. It's very thin, but it's not, it's like plush. It's very thin plush. Interesting. Then we have some blue. Okay. I thought there would be more yarn. Okay, and here's a little bit of other yarn. It's not the color I expected that to be. Weird. And instructions. And more instructions. And that's it. So, I'm going to go over this, and I will let you know how it goes. So it does look like it comes with a crochet hook. We'll see if I can handle it. My last, it is a 5mm. Really? No, 3.5mm. 3.5? Yes, 3.5mm. I was like, that's the thinnest 5mm I've ever felt. That's because it is not. Okay, so a 3.5mm hook, I think I can do that. It feels like a normal, it doesn't have a name on it like Susan Bates or Boyd, but it feels like one of their basic hooks. I don't think I will be using it. I'll probably use, this is a 3.25. Here's my 3.75. Now, I will probably just go ahead and use this because I know how that went last time. And this is part review, part just making it for my kid before Christmas. So. Oh, and I have a Bucky shirt. I've never actually been to Bucky's. I do know what it is. It's a gas station in the South, Kentucky, I think. But I've never actually been in them. But I heard they're really great, and they have like everything, which is kind of cool. I got the shirt at Goodwill because I thrift. And I guess I'm going to start this, and I will let you know how it goes. I restarted this magic loop 3 times now. Not because I can't get it to work. The yarn is really thin, and it feels weird using such a thin yarn after using a thicker 6 or 5 or 6 yarn, weight yarn for so long, but that's not why I keep redoing it. I keep redoing it because there's only this much blue yarn for stitch, and I keep panicking thinking that I'm going to run out of yarn if I use too big of a tail. So I keep trying to make the tail smaller after I pull it tight, and I'm like, that's still a really big tail. The benefits of having a bunch of yarn that I don't have to worry about is not having to, like, ration my yarn as hard. But 2, 4, 5, 6, we have our magic loop. 4th time's a charm. I'm not going to judge my magic loop tail because we have to move forward. So there doesn't seem to be any stitch markers or anything in here, which is fine. I wouldn't use them anyway. But it's interesting because there's everything else in here, including a hook. You could have put a stitch marker in there too. That's just being nitpicky though. So I'm going to take a little bit of straight yarn and use it as a stitch marker. So I'm on row 9. I just finished row 9. And it's working up okay. There are holes. I don't know if you can see them, probably not. But there are holes in my work. Like, I can see some light through it quite a bit. I would probably use a 3.25. However, I'm already halfway through this head. So I will probably, it doesn't matter. I will go down to a 3.25 and see if that helps the holes. I have a pretty tight stitch anyway, tight tension. But I am working with a new yarn. It's very thin. It's quite tangled actually. And I noticed that their light blue is very much like, I know it's hard to see, especially with in the bag. So it says to switch to a light blue, and I would expect the light blue to be, you know, a blue. But the only options I have here in these yarns is this teal. Like, this is the color. Sorry, I'm still really bright. Hold on. This is the bottom color of stitch. Even though it's supposed to be this color. See the difference now? Yeah. And then this is the body color. So, there you go. This is just really bright green. Like a sea green, seafoam green. It's really weird. That did not do what I wanted to do. The light change. Anyway, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to follow the pattern. I'm going to do what it says to do. I'm going to use that awful light seafoam green instead of a lighter blue like it's supposed to be. That's what the box shows. Like, that's the thing, is the box does not show that green Actually, it looks kind of like it matches there, but it doesn't. In person, it does not. Unless the photo is in shadow or something. And that's the missing piece. I don't know. Either way, we're gonna work up the pattern. It's a normal pattern so far. So no issue with the pattern so far. Just a little weirded out about the color for Stitch's, like, the lower part of his face. It does not strike me as a light blue at all. So I'm gonna finish the Stitch's head, and I will update you then. So I'm here doing Stitch's ears, and I found some iffiness about the pattern. It's something I can manage because I've done this a while, but this is definitely not a beginner pattern because it says put the inner ear on the outer ear and do 16 single crochet all the way around. Adjust the ear shape to be more like Stitch's ear. See the photo above, which is just the one picture. And it says cut the yarn and leave a long tail for sewing. It doesn't specifically say which color to do this. Now, I understand which color. You're going to use the dark color to go around the lighter color. However, it doesn't say which side to use to put together. It's just not a beginner-friendly pattern. Now, to be completely fair, I don't believe it says anywhere on here that it's a beginner pattern. So there you go. Now, other than for a video, I don't think I would buy this. I can find way cuter patterns for Stitch online. And I mean, I guess I impulsively bought it for my kid, so there's that. But ultimately, this was to test the pattern, test the kit. I like the yarn that they're using. It's a really, really thin plush yarn. It's not acrylic at all. It's probably, it's not acrylic. And it's easy to work with. It doesn't catch. It doesn't do anything. It frogs easy. It's just a really thin plush. But the instructions are very plain, very basic, there's no explanation to them. There is a whole piece of paper that has I guess it does have all the stitch explanations, but I don't think it says exactly what to do. And I wouldn't look on these to expect them to tell me what side to put the ear on and shape it more like Stitch's ear with just one photo. The explanation is just pretty poor. But I guess if they're not expecting you to be a beginner crocheter, I feel like kits in general are meant for beginner crocheters though. So anyway, I'm working on the ears. I have the head done. I've got a needle in it because I was going to sew the bottom shut, but it doesn't say to. So maybe I don't have to and I can just sew it onto the body open, which doesn't hurt anything. And it'll save me a little bit of time, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. There's that color. It looks so much better on the camera, but it is so teal. Like seafoam green, teal-ish in person. Unfortunately, the camera's just not going to pick it up. But in person, it looks way more green than it should be. But anyway, I'm going to work on these ears, and I'll see you later. It is the 23rd of December, and I am almost done with this little stitch. I just haven't had a lot of time to crochet, but I do like the pattern. I think there's probably better patterns out there, but for a kit, it came out pretty well. I haven't found anything difficult. I did look at the stitches. It has a page of describing the stitches and in a page that has the pattern. And I like that it has like all the stitches explained. What I don't like is that they changed the standard US patterns, like code for like double crochet was like F or something. I don't know where that piece of paper went right now. But double crochet was weird, and double crochet increase was weird, sorry. It was just I hate it when people try to change the code, the standard code of crochet. It makes it harder to understand, and then you have to try to memorize what their code is specifically for them. There's another pattern designer I had early on that had X's for single crochet. It was really weird. But anyway, besides that, and I haven't I haven't run into double crochet increases right now. So they might not even be in the pattern. Either way, he's coming out super cute. He's almost done. I didn't chain the belt. I actually just made big stitches and kind of made a thin belt with the tail of the feet. He's super cute. And then I have to his nose is crooked though. It's the only yarn that's not plush. That's actually acrylic. That was a little weird, but whatever. And his eyes are stickers, so we're not going to pull them too hard because they'll come right off, I'm sure. And I feel like I could have placed them a little bit closer together, but like I said, too late. Done. What's done is done. He's cute. I don't know if I put his ears too far back, but like I said, I'm going off the pattern picture. It's the only pattern picture. It's the one on the box. They didn't give us any new angles or anything. So, you know, that's what I've got. So, I mean, I feel like it came out pretty well. Like I said, the nose is a little crooked, but the kid who's getting it does not care. I am finishing the Santa hat now. And then I'll be done. So let me get that done and I will show you the finished product. And then I'll also give you my thoughts on the pattern itself and kind of wrap this up. Alright, so I finished this stitch. It took about 3 days total because of, you know, my life. But here we are. Here he is. I think he's super cute. Like I said, his nose is just a little bit off, but oh well. So here he is here, and then I'll show you once again the photo. I think he came out as described. I think he came out really nicely. As far as what I think about the pattern and the kit, ultimately this isn't advertised as a beginner pattern, a beginner kit. I like the yarn. It is thin, but I like it. The instructions were clear enough for somebody who has experience crocheting. I would not ask a beginner to just make this. I feel like they would struggle a little bit. There are no descriptions about how to put on the eyes, ears, arms, feet. There's no descriptions there about what exactly to do, but that's okay. It's done. I think it was like $12. It's not bad. I like it better than the Woobles, but the Woobles also served its purpose, right? It was for beginner crocheters, people learning to crochet. This is not. It's a fine pattern. I didn't see any mistakes in it. Other than some kind of ambiguous instructions in some places. Ultimately, it's okay. I probably won't buy it again. I say that as I said last time I wasn't going to make another kit. I actually have another kit. Not amigurumi, but another kit over here on my shelf. So, we'll see when I get to that. That is a scarf. Like a cowl. So we'll see when we get to that. But for now, this is a Disney kit. It is pretty cute. I don't love that the eyes are just stickers. I feel like they're definitely going to come off. But for my kid, my daughter, she'll be fine. Just leaving it on a shelf or something. Hopefully. And I mean, the kit was like, fine, not terrible. At least, like, it worked up as supposed to, at least. It wasn't fantastic. I wouldn't be super excited to have it under the Christmas tree or anything. But maybe somebody else would. I think there are way better patterns for Stitch online. So many better patterns for Stitch online. But it worked up as is. So, that's it. That's my opinion. It's okay. It's a functional kit. It's not fantastic and it's not terrible. It's just a bit average, a bit okay. Would I buy this pattern again? This kit again? Probably not. I still have a Halloween Stitch on the shelf over here. That kit to make. Because I was going to do this in October. Well, not this one. The Stitch that was a pumpkin. So I might do that next year. However, it wasn't bad. If you love Stitch and you absolutely, or you have a loved one that loves Stitch, this would be fine. They may enjoy it, especially if they know how to crochet. I would not hand this off to a beginner, but an early beginner. A confident beginner could probably handle this just fine. So there you have it. I hope you like my Stitch. This is going to my daughter. She kind of already knows because it took me so long to work on it. It was laid out on my desk and she was like, "Oh, is that mine? Can I have that?" I'm like, "Yes, after. In a little bit, you can have it." So there you have it. I hope you guys have a great holiday season. Merry Christmas if you celebrate it. I don't actually know all the other holidays to confidently wish you those, but if you celebrate anything, have a good celebration, and I hope you have a great time at it. So anyway, thank you for being here. If you like this channel, if you like the content, consider liking and subscribing to the channel. And I will see you later. I will see you in the new year. Bye. Okay, everybody, so wrapping up this video, my husband actually did end up giving me a Christmas stocking. It came just in time. It has a horse on it with a tie-dye, watercolor, pretty colors, so I don't have to make myself a stocking, so that worked out. Baby has a stocking now, and everything is settled as far. I got everything done that I needed to get done for Christmas. So the stocking is hung with Gideon's stuff and everything is ready. I haven't given the Stitch to the daughter yet, but we will. Anyway, I want you guys to have a great holiday season. I might be back before New Year's, but probably not. If I'm not, I will see you next year, 2026. And yeah, just happy holidays. Stay safe, stay warm. Bye.